All right, what is up, everybody? Hope you've had a good beginning of the year. We are a few days into January now, and I wanted to make a quick video. This actually will probably be one of the more important videos I make, just trying to get myself and people through these seasons. And of course, nothing I say here is financial advice, but I do feel like we are in more risky territory than we've been in for quite a while. Some people may be feeling it already with their portfolios having pullbacks in it. I definitely do. And it's really, really discouraging to see your portfolio lose any amount of money, regardless of if it's bigger than the amount that you started with, right? So, the beginning of this year, my portfolio was quite a bit lower than it is now. However, my portfolio was also quite a bit higher than it is right now in the about a month and a half ago. And so it's pretty discouraging to go through a month and a half period where I was waiting to sell for a lot of things, or I was waiting to scale out of strategies, and then I see pullbacks. And yeah, it's like I said, it's just so easy to get discouraged. So this is what I want to look at here and just kind of remind people of. So this is the 10-minute Bitcoin chart. We can look at plenty of other charts and see these same kind of things. But basically, what I'm going to look at is the bear market tops or the bull market tops, the past few cycles, and the different. And this is a real quick overview. It's not super getting into the weeds of anything. I'm just going to use the buy and hold equity here. So you can kind of see there was the bear market top way back here in 2013, then 2017, and then 2021 right here, okay? And so in two of these places, we saw severe pullbacks. I would say the first one was the most severe. The second one, you can kind of see the top was around trade 1,670, which will probably be here-ish. Yeah. So you can see there was some major drops. I wish I could zoom in on this. I guess I can. You can see here, it's going along. There was some major drops right here, and then that one actually the strategy traded really well through, and then the more recent one in 2021 had that double top where it hit some resistance trading, had some pullbacks, hit even more, had even bigger pullbacks here, and I'm pretty sure that we're getting there. Now, whether we are somewhere in this kind of range right here, where you see some severe pullbacks and then onto the first top and the double top, I don't know that we're obviously not gonna have the exact same kind of double top scenario. Who knows what it will look like this cycle? But whether you think we're here or even closer to here, which means that we are really in the end game before some big pullbacks, and then maybe we have a little bit more. I don't know. Again, like I said, don't know what it's going to look like. Wherever you think we are, we're definitely. I don't think we are back here anywhere. You can just see from the amount of gains in any given period that after there are some huge upside pushes like it was back here and was at January, there is always going to be some pullbacks. So now maybe we go on one more massive blow off top to the upside. I don't think, though, we are in the days of consolidation. I know we're not in the days of consolidation. And where these strategies tend to do really, really well are in the periods of consolidation. Now, there are some strategies, if you are looking for trending strategies, you can find those, but I think even those are going to start to struggle pretty soon because of all the volatility. We are just in the part of the market where strategies absolutely will struggle. Trading in general will struggle. And our goal is not necessarily right now to make a bunch of money. My goal right now is not to make a bunch of money. It's to be able to stay in the market long enough that I, get through the volatility and get to periods of calm. The problem with just turning, if I knew where I could turn my strategies off, say, I thought we had another 10 or 20% to the upside, and I was okay missing out on those gains. Sure, I could turn my strategy off, but the problem is, also some of the better gains you can see back here come in the last, period of the bull run. You can see over here, right here, even I'm willing. I mean, this is part of the reason I trade these algo strategies and have built them, is so that I can at least be trading them to some degree during most all markets. If obviously, if we have some confirmation of a bear market, my confirmation of a bear market would be either where the market cap of the altcoins and Bitcoin matches, or a couple other things I can talk about later. But for right now, my goal is getting myself and us through these periods of time wisely and without, breaking our account, so that we can live to trade another day, another year, another 3 years, another 10 years. So if you are kind of in a place right now where you're feeling discouraged, I just want to encourage you that at least my perspective on the market is right now not to make a bunch of money. My goal is to get through this so that I can keep letting my strategies trade um, until we get to periods like this where it's just we're in the free and clear, we're in the green, and we've been in the green for a while, and now we can start kind of just resting and letting the strategies trade. So if you are feeling discouraged, this is something I said in the video I think I made a couple weeks ago. If you are feeling angry, mad, if you're having a really bad day because you had some losses in a trading strategy, um, you're probably trading too high of leverage and or too much. You can see over here, this is a 10-minute Bitcoin. We've kind of been chopping around right here, and yes, we have had some, decent losses here. The top right here was at 145 in our. If I'm looking at the net profit over there, 145, and now we're down to almost. You can even say 135, which we're not quite down that far. But that's a hefty amount of drawdown. 7 or 8% of drawdown. And if you're trading at leverage, that could be at 3 leverage. That's 21% of drawdown. Like, yes, that hurts. That's not fun. And the unfortunate news is there can be more, but the reality is if you don't get through these times, you can't get on to better times where the strategies are making good gains. So, all right, enough about that. I want to jump through a few strategies and kind of just look at what has been trading well, what hasn't been trading well, my thoughts on them, and then you guys can take it from there and do what you will with this information. So I start off with the 10-minute Bitcoin strategy. This one's pretty much been sideways. Actually a little bit of downside, but mostly sideways. I actually personally somewhere around here started. I added to my account because I thought we would probably be closer to the pullback. I think Bitcoin, when it pulled back to 92K, maybe it was right here. I started trading a bit more in that account and made some gains, and then immediately gave them back. So that account is my account's still in the green because I've been trading it for months and months, but definitely on the month, you can see the month is in the red. And it's not fun, but it is what it is. I'm going to let that keep trading. If it looks like we've gotten more into a top, I'll probably scale out of it a little bit, but a lot of these strategies I'm going to let trade until I really have full-on confirmation that we are in the next year and a half is going to be a bear market, which I don't think that's where we are now. Let's look at the Bitcoin 30-minute strategy real fast. This one actually has been doing incredibly well, still month-over-month positive, even though we had a pullback in it was at the end of December, maybe beginning of January. But the last 2 trades have been in the green, and just making some nice scalp trades. Even thankfully, it missed that big drop. Some of the strategies did not, and that drop hurt. And then we got obviously some more downside here even now, but this strategy has been doing really well. This is just the 30-minute strategy that's pinned in the longs section. I really love this strategy. It's been phenomenal for me. So been doing that. This is a 5-minute strategy. This one is one that took some pretty big losses here over the dump. You can see it tried to get in, which actually might have been a nice trade if it would have closed right here, but unfortunately it just wicked above it and then had a massive loss. The good news is it got into another trade just now, just like earlier this morning, and is in the green. I expect there probably to be a pretty good bounce from this area. Who knows? Might not happen, but at least this trade right now is in the green, and maybe we'll start to make back some of these losses. But this does hurt. I am trading this 5-minute strategy as well, and it's really been choppy since we're still not above. Let's see, are we above this peak? Yeah, since trade 121, which I don't know where that was. It would have been halfway. It's about halfway through, so that probably would have been late October. It's kind of been sideways since late October. or maybe mid October. But yeah, I mean that's kind of discouraging to see. Strategy make some decent gains and then give them back. I'm hoping that this is another higher low. Right, we see these higher lows right here that start to happen. I guess we'll see. Let's keep going. This is a new strategy I just posted after I gave it a little bit of time because I knew that there would be some pullbacks in it. So I think I posted it in the last week or so, and we're seeing it. Not much happen. I guess January is a bit of a positive month. But if you're a believer in Doge, whatever, I freaking don't know what it's called. Um, Doggy Coin. If you're a believer in Doggy Coin, um, it should have some more upside from here. I would expect with all that is going on around it, but it does not. It's not looking quite as strong as I would hope. Again, it's kind of revisiting some of the lows from beginning of January. So unfortunately, gave back all of those gains there. Looking at Solana, 10-minute strategy actually has not been doing. Solana in general has not been doing well. So this was one of my bigger holdings. I actually sold on this push right here when it pushed to the upside, beginning of January. I sold a good bit more of my long-term holdings of Solana because I was just seeing weakness in the chart, and this pullback is just as bad as most altcoins, if not worse. Which in general, Solana has been stronger than most altcoins. So that it's not encouraging to see. I do think it might have a little bit more strength to go, but it's not looking nearly as strong as the other charts that we were looking at. You can see it's like not even, if the buy and hold for the last since August, it's not real. It's not much different, but it's not any better for sure. So to that degree, I'm actually considering turning off some of my Solana strategies, or at least scaling way back, and maybe putting a little bit more into the one that has been doing good, has been a Solana short strategy. Um, I guess it kind of has been sideways, and this month you can see it's even a little bit in the red, but I kind of want to at least balance out my portfolio a little bit more and having a little bit more in short strategy. So I'm going to scale in a little bit more to that short strategy, as well as my Bitcoin 1 hour short strategy. Both of these are on the Discord. Another couple short ones that, if you're getting bearish, you can look at would be ADA or XRP. XRP is actually showing a lot of strength in general. Like you can see, comparatively to Solana, where it's at, from the highs to right now. The highs just was that a couple days ago, a day ago. It's doing way better than Solana was. It had a bit of a dump off, but then it kind of held and ranged right here. So in general, I do have an XRP long strategy I'm about to post for everybody. And there's this short strategy. So if you want to have two different accounts, one trading long, one trading short, you can do that. Obviously, when it goes full on bull mode, like that to the upside, the short strategy just takes huge dumps. You can see back here, when it took this was a bit more of a slow run up instead of, not all in a couple days, but it absolutely struggled a lot here. But generally, XRP leveled out a bit and then had some sideways, and it traded really well. I don't know if this is going to keep trading as well as it has in the past, if XRP is showing some long-term strength right now. But it's there if anyone wants to look at it and maybe trade a long and a short. The next one we can look at is Cardano. This strategy took some major beatings, when it had a big run to the upside here, and actually worse pullbacks or drawdown than it has ever had in the past. I guess we've never seen this big of a move. That actually is interesting. In the history, this is a 1 hour chart, and I can't go back any further than 2022. So in the history, we haven't seen this kind of big run up, percentage wise, all in a few weeks period that we've seen recently. So I guess it makes sense. We have seen some pullbacks in the past. This will be one that I actually do start trading when I think we're closer to a bear market. I'll start scaling into this one because I do think that it shows a lot of weakness. At least in the past, in bear markets, it's shown incredible weakness. So one to keep an eye on. As far as other longs, a couple other ones. There's this injective 5 minute strategy I've mentioned a couple times. I've been trading it recently, and it's more or less been going sideways. I know January is green right now, but depends on when you started trading it. Right, if you would have started trading it back here, you would still be in the red. I think I started trading it just a little bit before that, so I'm in the green on this one, but not by a whole lot. And we'll see. I mean, it is encouraging to see that even through these pullbacks, the pullbacks in the strategy are not as severe as the pullbacks in the actual asset, which shows strength of the strategy. Let's see. This is the Solana. What is this? Solana 10 minute. Oh yeah, 10 minute. Yeah, this was another one that I was just kind of deciding if I should continue to trade. It took a massive, just painful loss here recently. It was doing really well. Like I've been trading it for probably 6 months now, and am quite far up. But to take the last 2 months collective 6% drop, it really gave back all the November and some of the October gains right there. So that's unfortunate to see. Again, just Solana not showing much strength, and the chart in general not showing a lot of strength. We have seen, the drawdown be much worse than it is now, like 15% drawdown, and then in the past there's been at least 20%, if not more, drawdown. That sometimes is a bit deceiving because it doesn't calculate the highs to lows exactly the same. But anyway, all that to say, when you look at the chart, you can see these losses right here are painful. There's been plenty of other times in the chart where it's had those losses. So take it or I did not mean to do that. Take it or leave it, but that's Solana. The last couple ones to look at is this VMP strategy, and actually this strategy I'm trading with these statistics right here. So or these settings. So I'm gonna put that in. It has actually seen a red month, or so far a red month, for the first time in a long time. We'll see if the month closes red or is able to recover. But yeah, I do remember this trade the other day. Again, this is one that the other Bitcoin 30-minute strategy actually did not catch that trade, whereas the VMP strategy did. So yeah, it's not so fun, But again, it's only a small loss compared to the gains that have been over the past few months. Now, the problem is this strategy does not trade often, and it will take a while to recover from this loss. And you can see in the past, this has happened several times between trade 181 and almost basically 200. There's a good 20 trades in there. And since this only trades, maybe once a day, that's a good 20 to maybe 30 days at least to recover from a loss like that. So that's just the reality of trading strategies that have less trades and also better drawdown. When you do see that drawdown, because it has less trades, it's going to take longer to recover from it, especially if it's a pretty hefty drawdown in comparison to the max. I think that was like a 3.5 to 4% loss, and the max drawdown is 6%. So that's almost the max drawdown in one trade. So it just goes to show that it's gonna take some time. But in general, I expect it to keep trading as it has in the past, and it just happened to catch a bad trade there. So I think that's pretty much everything I want to cover today. I actually am working on some trending strategies. Some of them are going to be for the quant wave bands. So if anyone has checked out those quant wave bands, they're a pretty cool tool that I have developed with Agent Smith and Crown, and those will be added to the quant wave bands sometime soon. Those will be specific to the quantum wave bands, but I'm also working on a few others that will be specific to the bumper bands. So there's some cool stuff coming. I probably will start working on some more short strategies here soon, just because it's looking more and more relevant to be thinking about short strategies, whether that's in the next month or the next 5 months. I do want to see how some hold up through this last season of trading, or of the bull run. So, all right, y'all. Hope you have a great one. Like I said, stay safe. make sure you are trading as if you want to trade for the long term, not the short term, unless you want to actually just get wrecked or take a gamble. I guess if you want to just gamble, people can have fun doing that too. So, more power to you if that's your preference. But I'm trying to trade these kind of strategies for years and years and grow my portfolio over years. So hopefully that helps, encourages people that are out there maybe having a hard couple days, and talk to you all in the next one.